Well, good morning, good morning. Another day, they call it hump day, baby, hump day. It is Wednesday, June the 28th. And what has happened overnight? Phil Jackson has been shown the door. I'll give my little theory on that a little later on. Congratulations to the Florida Gators getting their first ever baseball championship from the NCAA. We'll talk about the MEAC, SWAC football in comparison. Got a few games slated for the year. We'll go over the MEAC ESPN schedule and just have a whole lot more to talk about. It always seems that time seems to fly when you're having fun, and today should be no exception to the rule. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and welcome to this morning's edition of the Mike Prince Show, a variety talk show that brings you everything from A to Z. We do cover a lot of sports. From time to time, we will talk about some social events going on from time to time. Good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing on this hump day? I hope that you are up to the task at hand or whatever it's going to take for you to complete your journey throughout this week. We're halfway home, baby, halfway home. And speaking of halfway home, congratulations to the Florida Gators. Gators victorious over the LSU Tigers on last night, winning their second game, so they eventually sweep LSU 6-1 win on last night to get their first ever NCAA baseball championship. This was their 11th time in the tournament as far as the series is concerned, championship series is concerned. This is the first time that they bring home the gold, if you will. And so with that being said, you give a hearty congratulations to the Florida Gators and see if they get a chance to repeat, defend their crown on next year. But one thing about baseball is so competitive and so stacked that it's hard to repeat. And it's hard to repeat in any of them, to be quite honest with you. But baseball in particular, because of so many moving parts and skill sets that play a contributing role to that. And it'll be interesting to see how the Gators defend their title. And speaking of defending titles, 11-time champion Phil Jackson has been shown the front door. Wow, how things bring about a change. But I got a theory on how and why all that took place, and we'll talk about that when we return from our break. You listen to the Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast. Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network is a community-based radio station that was established in 2002. We have been dedicated to local, regional, and community programming with coverage for high school, collegiate sports, ministries, and information. Our goal is to provide quality, productive, and positive programming that reflects the community that we serve. Visit our website, ktorradio.com, and obnradio.com.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is OBN Radio. And you can also follow us on our YouTube channel, Open Mic Broadcast Network, and the Facebook is the same identification, Open Mic Broadcast Network. Don't forget, we're on Tuned In Radio 24 hours a day. And if you happen to be on the go, not anywhere close to having your Wi-Fi to connect and all those things, simply dial a number, 605-477-5066. Get the programming and be ready to lock and load. And speaking of locking and loading, Phil Jackson has been given his release, if you will, by the New York Knickerbockers. And it all comes as if it was just a big war on words between he and Carmelo Anthony and everybody else in Knicker Nation. And it was just a big flop, if you will, for Jackson. Now, Jackson, considered the guru of the triangle offense. Some would like to argue that the triangle offense has been somewhat outdated at this stage. You don't have the Michael Jordans to run, or the Kobe Bryants to run your triangle offense, as you once noted, trying to lean on Carmelo Anthony. Now, let me say this for the record. Carmelo Anthony, outstanding ball player. I've never been a huge Carmelo Anthony fan. I always thought he kind of gave just enough to get by, but that's neither here nor there. I'm from the outside looking in. Just from what I see, a ton of talent. He was a disappointment in Denver. He's been a disappointment in New York. Phil Jackson was called in to come and try to bring the Knicks back into some state of credibility, and going back and forth, and those two agree to disagree. There was a buyout that Carmelo was seeking in regards of trying to abandon ship and possibly join, some say with the Clippers, some saying with the Cavaliers. But whatever the case may be, Carmelo Anthony wanted out. Phil Jackson has been having some issues with some of his ball players about exit meetings and about just expectations. And to be quite honest, Phil Jackson was brutally honest on his critique of ball players. Now, with that, there's a couple of undercurrents going on right there that kind of triggers that off. Number one, Phil Jackson was not coaching the Knicks. He was the president of operations. So he is not in on everyday practices. So when he's given his critiques or his analysis of ball players, guys are kind of taking it to heart and being a little sensitive, if you will, on how the old man was coming at him. Now, with that being said, it just goes to show, yes, today's athlete is by far faster, stronger, and just bigger than days of old. But they're also a lot more sensitive. And I believe that the old man Jackson was just a bit too raw for this modern-day ball player. And as a result, there was a clash and philosophies and the way of getting things done. And as a result, the players are going to win. Jackson has shown the door, and Jackson will fade off into the sunset. He still had 2 years left on his contract. It was not like he was hurting for money, but he did, as has been noted, that he took the job for the money. He had a Jerry Maguire moment. Show me the money. They showed him the money, and so as a result, they've shown him the door. So the question is, where do the Knicks go from here? Where does Carmelo Anthony go from here? That is a total disaster. That is nowhere clearly to the Knicks of old. And it's amazing how a franchise can plummet so far, so fast. So we'll see how all that unfolds. Meanwhile, other NBA talk, the Rockets now are trying to do their version of stacking. They're showing interest in Chris Paul from the Clippers. Now, Harding had an outstanding year. My question is, what does Paul bring you to help you get past the Warriors? Maybe I'm missing something. You know, what it looks like, you need to get some help down in the paint. But I don't claim to be an NBA expert. Those that listen and follow me know that I'm not that huge into the NBA just because of the way things are operated, guys, with the Euro moves now. Travel is not travel. You got too many individuals in the game, and it's not a team concept anymore. That's why I've always loved Coach Pop from San Antonio. He did a great job. He's always done a masterful job of teaching team first. And that's what I think is missing from the NBA, but that's neither here nor there. And we'll get a chance to go ahead and move further than that. We did talk about Westbrook winning the NBA MVP on yesterday evening, but I was like, or day before yesterday, I'm sorry. But I'm going like, what's the point? Big deal, la-di-da, la-di-da. But that's neither here nor there. So there are a lot of moving parts going on in the NBA. We'll give you our little tidbits and updates and notices on everything as they unfold. Speaking of unfolding, we're going to share with you the MEAC SWAC Challenge and information. We've got to take a break right now. We'll come back with more of the Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
This is Willie Simmons here, football coach at Prairie View A&M University. I'm sitting here with my main man, Mike Prince. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Listen to the Mike Prince Show weekdays on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am the radio guy, the doctor, Mike Prince, coming to you Monday through Fridays right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is OBN Radio. Our 24-hour message line is 713-570-6736. You dial that number, leave your information, your school pride, your question, comment. We'll take care of it right here at the Mike Prince Show. Give us what your tidbits are, your feedback, information, observations, and we'll go on. There are a lot of things going out there in the world of social media, and it's some good reads from time to time. And speaking of a good read, the MEAC SWAC 2017 Challenge tickets are now on sale. The 13th annual matchup is going to feature the South Carolina State Bulldogs representing the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference against the Southern Jaguars representing the Southwestern Athletic Conference. This will be on the Labor Day weekend. That game is scheduled to kick off at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time from Mumford Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That kickoff will be on September the 3rd. It's going to kick off a huge Labor Day weekend. Don't have to remind you for PV Nation that it is another huge weekend between the Prairie View A&M University Panthers and the Texas Southern Tigers. That game will be in BBVA Stadium in Houston, Texas. But back to the MEAC SWAC Challenge. It's going to be televised on ESPN2, and you can get your tickets for this challenge, and they can be purchased through Ticketmaster, and you can go Ticketmaster online, or you can call 1-800-745-3000. That's 1-800-745-3000. Or you can log in to the www.meacswacchallenge.com. That's meacswacchallenge.com. Now, they're encouraging South Carolina State fans that they can get their tickets purchased through the university's ticket office, and all you have to do is pay $16 for the ticket price. That's amazing. That is a bargain beyond bargains. $16 for a Division I college football game. You cannot beat that with a stick. So encourage you guys to go ahead and get your tickets for that. And that, of course, you got to add your taxes and whatnot, so it might be rounded up to an even $20 when you get done. But still, $16 you can't beat anywhere. Now, they're dubbing this as more than just a game, and the weekend is going to have also some high school career seminars, and it's going to feature a pep rally from South Carolina's Marching 101 band and the Southern University Human Jukebox. So that game and that weekend is going to have a lot going on. Now, this is, as we mentioned, the 13th event or 13th year that this has been taking place. And we got to be honest, SWAC Nation, the MEAC has somewhat owned the SWAC in this and as well in the early stages of the Celebration Bowl, which brings up a point. Is the MEAC that far advanced over the SWAC? And if so, why? How is it that the MEAC can get a chance to advance and take leaps and bounds past the SWAC, and the SWAC is a proud, strong conference? We'll discuss that and a little bit more when we come back. Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
This is Willie Simmons here, football coach at Prairie View A&M University. I'm sitting here with my main man, Mike Prince. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Listen to the Mike Prince Show weekdays on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Hump Day here at the studios of the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Before we took our little break, we were questioning why is it or how is it that the MEAC has had its dominance over the SWAC? Is it that the MEAC is that much better than the SWAC? Well, I have the tendency to think that it's more of the style of play that both teams bring to the table. The MEAC is more of a pound and ground type conference when it comes to football. The SWAC is more of a spread. Let's finesse our way through. And I think when those two different styles come to meet, it creates some adjusting, if you will, for the SWAC. And I just believe that the SWAC will soon make that adjustment to see how things go. And speaking of adjustments, we'll get you caught back up on the MEAC. They released their weeknight schedule that will be featured on the ESPN network. They have 3 games that will be scheduled, 2 Thursdays and a Friday night. The Thursday night game will be on September 21st, where South Carolina State will be at North Carolina Central. That game will be at 7:30 Central Standard Time. And another next Thursday game will be that following week, September 28th. North Carolina Central will this time be at Florida A&M. That will also be another 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And then that Friday, we'll have October the 6th. October the 6th will feature Morgan State at South Carolina State. That, too, will be a 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time game. So with those games being released and announced, we've been talking about, is it really worth it for the MEAC and the SWAC to have these games on Thursdays and Fridays when it's going to be jeopardizing some of their home attendance. And if you read around and scurry around different various sites and postings, a lot of people are stating that because HBCU is a unique brand, that the fan base has a challenge of being able to, make themselves available for those Thursday night games due to all other activities. And then on the counterpart has been that if we're going to be considered big boy conferences and the big boy networks invites us to come to the table, then we got to put our big boy britches on and show up. So they're saying every other conference is having to deal with that and go ahead and make the necessary adjustments. I understand both sides of it, but I think in retrospect, it becomes a pulling of teeth when you know your fan base, and you got to understand who you have and what you have. And I think if you got more intriguing matchups, it will be, because let's be honest, in most cases, some of these Thursday night matchups, and I'm stressing mostly on the Thursday nights because that's when ESPN has the games being featured. Most of those Thursday night games, not even the home base of the teams covered want to see those games. So what would make you think that everyone else throughout the nation would want to see that game? I think if you fine-tune it, tweak it up a little bit, where it becomes a game of intriguing and a game of interest, it might work out. Because remember, you're going against the NFL, you're going against other things that go on throughout the course of the year. So we'll find out how and all this will come to place. And speaking of coming to place, the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, commonly known as the MEAC, will be hosting their annual football press luncheon Friday, July 28th. It's going to be in Norfolk Waterside Marriott Hotel, and that will be in Norfolk, Virginia, of course. And you can get in contact for more information by simply dialing 752-627-4200. Head football coaches and 2 student athletes from each school will be there to do their luncheon. It's going to be a pretty nice setup, so go ahead and get a chance. There are going to be a limited number of tickets are available. You can buy and purchase secure table for $300 and go ahead and do all that you can while you can. Now, you can call the MEAC office as well. That number is 757-951-2055 for your tickets, and you can go ahead and secure the tickets and everything else that will be going on with that SWAC luncheon. So you got a great opportunity to get a chance to dig a little deeper with some of your MEAC coaches and your MEAC ball players and all of that goes on with the gamut of the MEAC luncheon. We're going to take us a break, and when we come back, we'll give you the SWAC Media Day and its details coming up and a list of its scheduled persons to be on hand for the annual event. We're going to take us another break, and we'll be right back with more of the Mike Prince Show on Hump Day right here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Larry's Automotive, located in the Field Store community of Waller County, is equipped to handle any automotive service or repair on your diesel or gas engine, truck, car, tractor, trailer, or RV motorhome. With in-house financing and scheduled service reminders, Larry's Automotive can handle it all. So give them a call at 936-931-5566, 936-931-5566, or look them up online at larrysautomotive.net. Larry's Automotive is an approved AAA Texas repair facility employing ASC certified technicians and a 2-time Better Business Bureau Awards of Excellence winner in automotive service. That's because they believe in running an honest business with a no-problem guarantee. Remember, every service visit comes with their 12-month, 12,000-mile nationwide warranty on parts and labor. That satisfaction worth the drive. So stop on by or call today, 936-931-5566, 936-931-5566.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We come to you each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're also on TuneIn. All you have to do is go to Open Mic Broadcast Network. And don't forget to dial our number, 24-hour programming, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. at 605-477-5066. Want to also remind you, August 26th will feature another MEAC SWAC game. It's going to have Florida A&M will be hosting the Texas Southern Tigers. It's going to be a non-conference game, of course, and it's going to be on August 26th. FAMU is going to be hosting that game, so you can get more information and tickets going to the MEAC website for more information on that. And that is going to be www.meacsports.com, and get your ticket information and everything secured on there. And speaking of getting everything secured, July the 14th will feature the SWAC Media Day. And, of course, we'll be there live from Radio Row to bring you the daily event, or the annual event, I should say, beginning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And it's going to feature all head coaches from the Southwest Athletic Conference, and a loose list of student athletics will be participating in the SWAC Media Day. And those student athletes will be representing Texas Southern Tigers will be Christopher, I should say. He is going to be the quarterback, 6 foot, 205-pound redshirt senior. Also, his teammate, Mr. Sean Jones, 6 foot linebacker out of Dallas, Texas. For the Southern University Jaguars, you'll have Danny Johnson, cornerback, 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. And you'll have Austin Howard, quarterback, 6 foot tall, 190-pound sophomore, representing the Southern Jaguars. Alcorn State Braves will have Lenorius Footman. Lenorius Footman, 6 foot tall quarterback, weighing 181 pounds. He's a senior. A lot of expectations on him, the senior out of Monticello, Florida. He and his teammate Michael Brooks, a junior defensive end, 6'4", 234-pound senior out of Jackson, Mississippi, will be representing the Braves. Grambling State Tigers will have Mr. Man, Devontae Kincaid, 6'1" quarterback, 190-pound senior, originally from Dallas, Texas, and those that know his story, transferred from Ole Miss. Mom got sick, transferred to be closer to home, and he has been setting the SWAC on fire. Trent Scott will also be in, and this is a lot of young man, 6'5", 304-pound senior, offensive tackle from Huntsville, Alabama, will be representing the Grambling State Tigers. Alabama State Hornets, Mr. Titus Howard, offensive lineman. That's another big guy, 6'6" tall, 255 pounds, redshirt junior, out of Monroeville, Alabama. And this young man will be accompanied by Ronnie Scott, cornerback, 5'10", 175-pound senior, who is from Tampa, Florida, representing the Hornets. Mississippi Valley State, Delta Devils. Oh, my goodness, how do you allow Booker Chambers? I won't get stuck on that. Everett Nicholas, defensive back, 6 foot, 190-pound senior out of Atlanta, Georgia. And he's also a transfer from Tennessee State. He'll be accompanied by Alvin Solomon. Alvin Solomon is an offensive lineman, 6'2", 305-pound senior. And they will be representing the Delta Devils. Alabama A&M will have Jordan Bentley, running back, 6 foot, 200-pound even, sophomore. And his accompanied teammate will be Avery Giles, defensive lineman, 6'1", 345-pound senior out of Libram, Georgia. And representing Prairie View A&M University will be Joshua Simmons, wide receiver, 5'11", 165-pound redshirt senior out of Houston, Texas. And he's a Jack Yates recipient or high school graduate. Devon Reed, Brother Debo, defensive lineman, 6'2", 265-pound redshirt senior out of Houston, Texas as well. Went to Elsick High School. Jackson State will have Mr. Keontre Anderson, defensive lineman, 6'4", 255-pound senior out of Canton, Mississippi, home of the Canton Spirituals. Andre Lloyd, his teammate, will be in a company, 6'2", linebacker, 235-pound senior out of Yazoo City, Mississippi. And Arkansas Pine Bluff will have JaKelvin Carter, linebacker, 6'1", 215-pound junior out of Ruston, Louisiana. He will be accompanied by Jalen Collins, tight end, 6'3", 230-pound senior out of Ohio, California. And that is the list of student athletes who will be in a company for the 2017 SWAC Media Day, and we'll be there to give you all its glory and all that it has to offer. And speaking of all that it has to offer, I believe I have run out of time. And yes, I have. As I say, the fastest 30 minutes in Prairie View, Texas. We've come to the end of another program. Thank you so much for joining us. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and thank you again. Remember to visit our website at ktorradio.com, obnradio.com. If you're in the Prairie View community, check us out at 87.9 FM. And don't forget to dial our Listen Anywhere number, 605-477-5066. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Until the next time. Yes.